Welcome back. Developing this morning, the re-election campaign for Governor DeSantis will officially get underway as many challengers have already thrown their hats into the ring. And joining us now to talk more about that and Florida politics is former State Senate President Mike Haridopolos. Always good to see you. How are you?
Doing well, Amy. Great to see you as well.
So he came out on the Sean Hannity show the other day and he said, look, he's like, I'm not focusing on that presidential election. I'm not looking that far down the road. I'm focusing on Florida right now, and I'm going to run for re-election in Florida. Did that surprise you?
Not at all. The governor is in a very strong position, as you know, to win re-election this year. He has raised a dramatic amount of money, over $60 million around the country and, of course, within the state for his re-election campaign. He is in a strong position. And as you mentioned, a lot of people are talking about him running for president. But first things first, he's going to take on either former Governor Charlie Crist or current Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried in the race next fall. I do not anticipate any Republican challenging him in the primary. And with his strong position, you're going to see a very vibrant race, especially with the background of his internal or constant fight with the current president of the United States, of course, Joe Biden.
Well, for many who maybe moved to Florida in recent years and don't remember, Charlie Crist used to be the governor of Florida. Of course, he was a Republican back then. He has switched parties. He's a Democrat now. Between Crist and Fried, which of them do you think would give him more of a challenge?
Well, I think they're both trying to run as moderates at this point, but their challenge is going to be to win the Democrat Party primary, especially as we're seeing the fight now in Washington, D.C. Both candidates are going to have to move to the left in order to secure the nomination. And both are going to be challenged in trying to raise the kind of money that Ron DeSantis has already raised in this race. I think both candidates have their strengths. It all depends who kind of comes out of that primary. But the Democrats are going to have a tough time, again, going from the left in the primary, getting back to the center. Of course, the current governor does not have that concern because he doesn't have a primary challenger.
Mike, let's talk about voter registration numbers. Where do we stand right now in the state of Florida?
Well, this has been a bit of a shock to a lot of people. Just 10 years ago, Democrats had about a 500,000 person majority over the Republicans. But over the last decade, led by people like Joe Gruters, who's the state party chairman here in Florida, they've reduced that gap to almost nothing. It's only about a 20,000 person gap right now. Each party has about 5.1 registered voters on their side, but the number of independents are coming up. And the key to this race is going to be, one, getting out your vote, and second, who will attract independent voters. Right now, they look strong for the Republicans because Joe Biden numbers aren't looking too good.
Let's talk about the mask fight in schools. We're at the point now, and you know the courts move slow. We're at the point now we're starting to finally see our numbers coming down here in Florida. We're looking much better, but the mask fight goes on. Where are we with that?
Great question. The good news is, as we all know, is we're glad that more people are getting vaccinated. You should do that first. But right now, the governor has won the fight. He has said that parents have the ultimate say in public schools whether their child wears a mask or not. The courts have basically said we're not going to take on the issue again. So at this point, the governor has won this fight. He's saying if your child does not want to wear a mask, supported by their parent, they have the right not to wear a mask in school. But my message, and especially my wife's message, again, get vaccinated is the best way you can prevent this virus and dramatically impacted your life in a negative way.
Yeah, we should remind our viewers that your wife is a doctor, so always good information there. Let's talk about some of the big issues in the upcoming legislative session. What are you expecting?
Well, it's a good year for Florida. I mean, despite the challenges of COVID, which you can't even emphasize enough, we have a big budget surplus. People are coming to Florida. You go to the airport, everybody's there. It's a full house, and Florida is strong. And because of that, we have a budget surplus, and that should mean that full funding for education, healthcare, priorities like transportation and roads, the environment, you name it. The other, of course, big news is every 10 years they redraw the political lines for Congress as well as the legislature. And so that will be a big fight going on this year because the courts always get involved. Remember, your senator or your representative have equal representation, so you have to draw those lines accordingly. So you'll see those will be the two dominant issues: how to spend the surplus and also the political lines which will be drawn most likely by March.
All right, great information for our viewers. Thank you so much, former State Senate President Mike Haridopolos. Great to see you. Have a good week.
My pleasure, Amy. Have a great week. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a look at this new video. Fall has arrived.